Welcome back to Murph Plays The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for Nintendo Switch. I am Murph Strange. This is Breath of the Wild for Nintendo Switch. Legend of Zelda. Pretty sure you're all familiar with it. Anyway, last time we were here, we were playing around finding the other pieces of armor that we were missing. Reason why we took a little detour there is because I want to be able to upgrade the snow boots. Hold on one second here. There we go. Now we have audio. Alright, so, in recent gameplay, we have gotten the Master Sword, we have begun getting our second stamina wheel, we have collected all of the armor sets, and we have begun upgrading them. Some of them. We haven't upgraded all of them yet, but some of them have got at least 1 star. And our snow boots and our stealth suit are fully upgraded. So that's basically the best armor we've got right now. Gets us to a 52. And it's absolutely ridiculous because we can run through snow, but we're not going to be impervious to it. Alright, so we still have all of these to go. We still have this region down here that I did not put pins in. Do I have any pins I can remove? You know, we can remove this one. We'll come back to that. And we're pretty familiar with where the chest game is. These I'm going to leave because those are from a region we've already explored. We can confirm that there is a puzzle there. However, we have yet to solve it. These I have yet to confirm, but they are also part of that region. It's just there's a lot of guardians out in that area. We'll be back out there later. For now, though, we want to get up in here, do some shrines, clear out some of these bad boys. Let's get to the tower. Now, some of you might be wondering, what happened to Murph Codes? Today's supposed to be a coding session, isn't it? Yes. Yes. Why am I playing Zelda? Why am I not playing Resident Evil 0? Is The child home? No, child's not home. I'm currently undergoing reorganization of my schedule, trying to figure out what works best, because so far, I'm not reaching the numbers I would like to with anything. Everybody seems to just be tuning in after the fact, which is fine. I do like that everybody tunes in after, but it gets boring because there's no live chat. There's nobody to talk to here. Nobody chiming in. I'm gonna play around with some times. I'm gonna see what I can do to get more active engagement with people. I don't know. I might even have to make my channel look less, I don't know, noobish. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of ways in which I can improve my channel. One of them for sure, though, is my schedule. I didn't have you marked as a shrine. I had you marked as a, Uh-huh. Okay. So there is one. I should probably heal up. Anyway, I also feel like maybe playing Breath of the Wild wasn't one of the better options I could have gone with as far as, like, title choices. It's a little too new, a little too mainstream. A lot of people have played the crap out of this game. It's long, it's tedious. I don't know a whole lot of people that want to sit and watch another person play through it. So I'm thinking, might just finish it up so that we can call it good. We'll get back to playing Resident Evil. We'll get back to doing coding sessions. I think I might do coding sessions more in the morning, gaming sessions in the evening. And I don't necessarily have to worry too much about my kids seeing the violence and gore and whatnot of the, you know, the creepier games that I want to be able to play. After all, he's old enough. He's played a few of those himself. He's watched pretty much every horror movie I've ever seen. And, I don't know, I just feel like it's time we got to doing some other stuff, you know? Okay, so there is still a Korok over here. I just have no idea where he is. He's probably on top of the hill. But I did not have that shrine marked. I don't know how I missed that one. Okay. Get up, Link. I was gonna say, that one's not coming after us. That's got me suspicious. Okay, let's heal back up. Oh, we got a few of these guys. Okay. Yeah, you better run. I don't know what's going on there, but, sure. Okay. I still do not see the puzzle that they want me to solve here. So it's got to be underneath. I mean, that is the only thing I can think of. And let's just use up the extra stamina. Why not? Okay. Oh, there's a rock. Of course it's under the rock. Of course there's just a rock behind the shrine, and the stupid little dude is underneath it. Because why wouldn't that be exactly how this one goes? Get out of the water, you dummy. Alright. Turn, Link. Turn. You're gonna freeze to death before you even get to shore. Get out of the water. Jesus. Oh, all right. There's some ruins this way, apparently. There we go. Now, I've said in the past, I don't do this for the views. I do this because I enjoy it, and I do enjoy it. And I still enjoy it. What happened to all my rushrooms? Oh, probably from upgrading climbing gear. But if I'm going to keep putting in the kind of time that I've been putting into making videos, in streaming sessions and whatnot, it would be nice if there was at least some kind of, you know, payoff. Maybe not financial, but like, you know, enough people actually watched that it mattered that I was even doing anything. Otherwise, I can spend my time doing other things. I can't carry anymore. That is BS. This is about to break. We'll drop that. We don't need the Bokoblin arm or the Moblin arm, whichever one that is. I'll take that. Jerk. And, you know, I would still like to add other things to my channel at some point, but I'm also not really sure what can go, what I can make room for, because we don't have any audience. Like, it all can go. But makes it kind of difficult to make the call as to where do we keep putting our time, you know? Because one thing I'd like to be doing is magic. Thought I had a pin here. Do I not have a pin here? Oh, it's way over there. Okay. Now, I don't know when a good time to do live streaming magic is going to be. No idea. Don't know how often. I haven't gotten any of that figured out. And again, none of this is to complain about, you know, oh, I don't get any views or anything. No, it's just, it makes it hard to tell what I need to change, because, like, the coding session, those seem to get some views, occasionally, but most of the time I'm talking to myself. The gameplay sessions, same thing. And it doesn't seem to matter if it's morning, noon, or night. And now that could just be the game that I'm playing. It, you know, like I said, it's entirely possible that at this point, Breath of the Wild has been done to death. And I'm not one of those streamers that's taking it to extremes, doing weird physics bending stuff you know, to traverse Hyrule, launching myself with bombs and all that craziness. But, oh, there's a star, too. That's not what I want to be doing. Ow! Did anybody tell you it's rude to... Oh, for crying out loud, Link. Learn to fight. You're supposed to be the hero of Hyrule, and you were getting your butt handed to you. Pretty sure I can eat, like, all of these. Do you not go down, ever? Is that... Jesus, man. Absolute savage over here. What are you even aiming at? Bro. Ah, there you got me. Huh. There's a second one here? I feel like that thing's about to spring to life and blast the eyebrows off my face. Nope. It's a dead one. Which is fine. That is absolutely fine by me. Okay. We need to deal with these lizard dudes, because we don't want them deciding to do the work that the dormant guardian isn't. I really, really need to, What'd you hit me with? Oh my god, Link, you are not doing great at this. What was that, even? You threw your axe at me. Did you see that? Threw his axe at me. Oh. So anyway. While my efforts here are to be, you know, famous, and I am just doing things I enjoy, I would like to be doing them for an audience, at least. You know? Otherwise, I may as well just not broadcast. What's the point of broadcasting if nobody's watching? So, I'm gonna mess around with my schedule a little bit. Probably cut back on the amount of actual streaming that I'm doing. Maybe do more code, less game. I don't know. Like, I gotta find a decent balance, because I also have to, you know, balance regular life with the amount that I'm streaming. Because, you know, stream more chance for people to, you know, to find you and build an audience. Which, you know, there's some truth to that, but at the same time, this isn't the only thing I have going on. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's that one. Pretty sure. But there are still some things I would like to accomplish. I'm just reevaluating the timetable at which I'll be doing that stuff. Like, this winter, I still want to stream a playthrough of the Metroid franchise. A lot of those games can be gotten through relatively quickly. I mean, we're not going to be able to do, like, all of Fusion in a single session unless I follow a guide or, you know, really amp up my speedrunning capabilities on that game. But I think we could probably tackle it in, like, a week if we really sat down and, like, got to it. But am I going to want to stream every day for a week? Am I going to want to stream that game every day for a week? The original Metroid, I could probably do, I don't know, single session? Probably easily. And probably as much as nobody wants to see Other M, I'll probably end up playing that one too. Because I'm a completionist. I feel like, you know, even though it is the worst game in the series, and it has, a lot of problems. A lot of problems. Oh my god, so many problems with that game. It still has its place in the franchise. A lot of people might be screaming blasphemy for having said that. They're entitled to their opinion, and I totally know where it's coming from. But I also feel like the part that really got it wrong was the localization for North America. Don't get me wrong. The Japanese version still has some things wrong with it. What is that sound? No! It was an Octorok. Tunneling around. I don't know where he went. He's got to be down here somewhere. There he is. Wondering what the heck that noise was. I keep forgetting. Octoroks make a really obnoxiously weird sound when they're doing their weird little tunneling thing. Come back, Octorok balloon. I might need you to float something later. So, like, I'm not canceling my current projects or anything. I'm not, you know, giving up the streaming and being like, oh, nope, I can't find an audience, this sucks, bye. No, I am momentarily dialing back my efforts to reassess my real-world schedule so that I can balance the streaming thing with the other things I'm trying to accomplish in life. And then I'm going to figure out what sort of things I want to stream. What sort of games. How often, how long, and at what times I feel like it'd be best to do those things. So far, not a whole lot of thought has gone into much of that. It's just been, oh, when do I have time? But when do I have time doesn't seem to be helping me get an audience. Doesn't seem to be helping me to reach a whole lot of people, you know? We've been at this for about 2 months. We have 400 views. That's not bad, but most of that has been, you know, after the fact, on the VOD. That's, you know, I think I have less than 20 live views total in 2 months. Not exactly great figures, you know? Could be worse. I could have 0 after 2 months, but you know, if this is a thing I'm gonna keep doing, and a thing I'm gonna keep putting in this much effort on, I should probably consider doing a little research, maybe doing some marketing. I don't know. Like, I don't want to go buying viewerships and stuff. That's no, not gonna purchase followers. That's dumb. I am still trying to grow my channel organically. I don't want people to be here if they want to be here. But I have to consider when are people going to want to be here. I'm pretty sure there are resources to help me figure out answers to some of those questions. After all, the internet is a marvelous and informative thing if you know, if you know where to look. So, I'm gonna do a little homework and see if I can't, try to make something of this channel, Consult with some folks. Review some figures. That is a flower. I do want to finish the projects that I have started. Like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It may not seem like we've gotten very far. But that's only because we've been spending all of our time on the extra content and doing none of the main story. Heck, we've been actively avoiding doing most quests. I feel like if we actually started doing those things, we could probably be done with this in, a week or two. Easily. It would take no time at all. Thing there is, though, like, we wouldn't have done 100% completion if we had just handled it that way from the beginning. 100% completion on this game. Oh god, this is gonna be painful. Y'all, I'm about to jump into some icy, icy water and hope I can swim up this mountain. Snow boots. I didn't realize my health was so low. Sapphire. Take that. These are all familiar bombs, eh? Where did that come from? Alright, well, let's get rid of this guy. So we don't need to deal with him. Okay, now, there's one more little pebble dude over here. Alright. Now we can focus on what we came here for. Hopefully. Now, one thing I'm still going to do. There will still be Legend of Zelda playthroughs. We still have quite a few entries in the franchise to work our way through. We still haven't done Majora's Mask. We still haven't done Adventures of Link. We've got Skyward Sword. We've got Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. And there's plenty for us to do there. But, like, this isn't just a channel for streaming Zelda games. It's, you know, it's a channel for a lot of stuff. Zelda's just one of my favorite games, and we have just about every game in the franchise. So, you know, we'll be bringing all of them eventually. And the plan is to still do the entire Metroid franchise, or as much of that as I can as well. Again, we still have no way of doing DS games unless we choose to emulate. And I don't want to emulate, you know? I don't frown on those who do. It's just not a thing I'm going to do. Homebrew and console modification is one thing. Emulating, though, takes us into piracy territory a little too close. I mean, sure, I own cartridges of the games that I'm playing. I own actual copies of all of it. So would an emulator be breaking the law? I mean, by some interpretations, no, because you're allowed to make a backup. But, like, that's also how piracy, like, you know, works. People make these backups and then they distribute them. And I don't want to advocate for that kind of behavior. if it's the kind of thing you do, like, I ain't gonna narc on you or anything, but it ain't the kind of thing I'm gonna do. You know? I mean, I can recommend that if you have an old console lying around, go ahead and modify it. There is some interesting software from some very unique teams that is worth your time. It really is. You won't see it otherwise. But if you're doing it simply to distribute backups of games, what are you doing? You're taking money out of the pockets of the developers that work hard to make these games. You might feel like they're overpriced. You might feel like, oh, I can't afford these, so it's okay. And, you know, not taking that much money out of their pocket. They still have millions of dollars. No. If everybody adopted that kind of attitude, they would stop making games. It wouldn't be profitable. And I don't want to live in a world where they don't make Zelda games. I don't. I don't want to live in a world where we don't get new Metroid because pirates ruined it for everybody. That is not the kind of world I want to live in, people. It's not the kind of world I want to live in. So, you know, pay for your games. Pay for your games. You may be broke now, but, you know, someday, when you have money, pay for games.
Rises once again. Please be careful.
Yeah, let's slide all the way down the goddamn hill. You ran out of stamina way the hell up there. Like, we didn't even start down here. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's that one. There's still like 2 more up here to find. There's one over here. I just have no idea if we're gonna get to it because climbing. Unless it's this. Maybe it's this. Maybe something good came out of falling off the mountain. I also think I want to make better intro and outros for my streaming sessions. While the music that I had was great and all for Halloween season, and I do love spooky stuff, and it's spooky sounding, I feel like with a little extra effort, a little time put into it, uh, I could make intros that are eye-catching, that are, you know, that are interesting and distinguishable. So, you know, the gameplay would have something unique and interesting about it. The coding session intro would have something unique and interesting about it. Um, right now, they all use the Aurora background that I designed, which literally was just like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes with the sketch app on my phone or my tablet, and I just scribble, 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 scribble. I think it turned out nice. It's worked so far, but you know, it doesn't really scream gameplay or code session or anything really. It's just kind of colorful smudges in the background. You know, if anything, it's kind of early 90s, you know? But again, I mean, that's alright, but it's not what I'm looking for entirely. I don't think we're going to make it to the top of this thing, even with the climbing gear. No, we're not. So let's concede defeat. Just no, we don't want to travel to that one. That's the one that's underground. We'll just travel to this one. So we can stop falling off of things and failing to climb up this rock face. But you know, maybe different music, different intro for coding and gaming. And then a unique intro for the magic act when I start doing that. If I start doing that, I mean, I still have to figure out how I'm doing that. Um, Bringing a magic act to a Twitch channel presents some challenges, but you know, I still feel like it's a thing that can probably be done. I just have to figure out how I would go about doing that properly, make it interesting, make it worth people's time to come and see it. And I also don't want to just bring the same tried and true, tired magic tricks that everyone's seen 1,000 times. I mean, I've got a few interesting tricks that that I know. I've got an entire library of tricks that that I can do. A couple of them are unique in so far as I don't know anyone else who's performing them. And I think I may... I may have a unique routine, if not a unique effect. You know, I was wondering when you were going to try to stop me. I'm glad it took you as long as it did to catch on to the fact that I'm killing your buddy! Good lord. Now, that'll also be a unique change for me. Or at least for my channel. When I just start doing magic, I'll actually have to get on camera. Y'all will have to see my face. Are you ready for that? I don't know. I don't know if y'all are prepared. Okay, let's see. Now, I don't know if the magic act is going to be something I do regularly, or if it's just going to be an event, I record it, and then I air it a couple of times, but, like, not too often. I mean, we don't want to bore people. We want it to be good. We want it to be something people are going to want to see. But Jesus. You know, I'm getting real tired of these guys. Ah, that way. Alright. So that'll be something I'm gonna have to also have time to work on. A little magic act if I wanna do that. Would be kind of an interesting way to start one's career as a magician, though, with a self-produced magic show on Twitch, of all places. At the same time, though, might be interesting. But I want to make it interesting. I want it to be the sort of thing people are going to want to come see. And, you know, they'll enjoy. And aha, I see it. That one, huh? Okay. Which means there's one over here. Somewhere. I think. More lizard dudes. You know, I've had it with you lizard guys. Acting like you own the place. Mask has not been going off at all, so this one I don't know if it actually exists. I feel like if it did, it'd have been going off by now. Doesn't seem to be, so let's move on. I did, however, see a block of ice down here. Hey, a moose. I mean, this is kind of perfect. Being stuck back here until the ice melts. If that guy decides he's going to cause us trouble, we're going to have to switch weapons. What? What is he hitting me with? Must just be my lack of armor. Okay. Now, we want to be able to get up there without freezing to death. I feel like we're getting a lot more combat in though. Now that lately. More than anticipated. Probably a lot more than we hoped for. We're just hoping the difficulty doesn't end up ramping up on us because we're tediously working our way through the Lizalfos army. Y'all sound ridiculous. I was gonna say that's probably not gonna work. There we go. Okay. Should try to make it to the peak. See if we can just get that shrine up there. It's northeast of us. At least then we'll have a warp point to fast travel to. Because when you look around, there's I mean, all of our fast travel points are way over here. And we need to start making our way out to here, so we should probably start looking at these shrines as modes of convenience. Take care of some of those. Okay. Well, I feel like we have found it. Amber's not that rare. Come on. Don't give me that. And there's another one over there, huh? Somewhere? Alright, well, let's try and get this shrine, and then we'll see how many of these we can actually find. It's very slow watching ice melt. It's so slow. There we go. Oh, hey. It's a moblin. want to make sure we've melted the ice. I don't know if ice comes back. But also, you never know what you'll find in the ice. Hey! A blizzard rod. Literally the exact opposite of the thing we're holding. They're making us work for this one. Now, there are some other things I've been hoping to find a way to bring to the channel that I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to do, but I would like to try. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work without an audience. Some of these things, like story time. Because I love hearing about the wildly outrageous supernatural tales of things people have experienced. You know, ghost stories, hauntings, weird and unusual sightings. I'm a ghost hunter. Like, not official taps or anything like that, but in my area I have, I have explored and investigated various places of, supernatural reputation. I don't necessarily believe in ghosts, but I do believe there is some phenomena yet to be explained by science. Now, I don't think it's grandma trying to contact you from the other side or whatever, because I'm an atheist. I don't believe in that whole afterlife nonsense. But, if you've ever read, like, the Mothman Prophecies by John Keel, you might be familiar with the idea that aliens aren't necessarily from space. They might be from another dimension. They might be from right next to you, and you just can't perceive it. Our senses and our imagination are actually rather limited when it comes to the possibilities of the universe. We just don't know what's going on in some instances. I think it's worth exploring. Now, that's not to say that I believe that there are interdimensional beings visiting everybody. And that's what ghosts are, or that's what aliens are. But there's weird stuff happening. It happens all the time. It happens all over the world. A lot of the stories you hear are obviously made up or misunderstood natural phenomena that people really wish was more interesting than it really is. But not everything. Not everything. I've had my own fair share of experiences that I can't explain, and I am a man of science. hardcore skeptic. I don't believe in ghosts the way that other people believe in ghosts. They're definitely not spirits of the dead. I will not subscribe to that theory ever. Ever. Can't convince me. Could be something else, though. And honestly, some of the explanations we've gotten are really interesting. Like, I remember a few years back, I mean, this might be like 10 years or so now, or close to 10 years now, like maybe 7 or 8. It was discovered that an infrasound frequency can generate a lot of the phenomena associated with supernatural experiences. Heebie-jeebies, being able to see things out of the corner of your eye and feeling like you're being watched. Just a real heightened sense of paranoia, you know? But it all comes from a sound that you're not really hearing so much as you're not really perceiving it as a sound you're hearing, but it's a sound that is definitely registering. And it's an evolutionary response. This, the sensations people have when exposed to this frequency. And it's actually very easy to duplicate, very easy to produce this frequency. It's basically 9 or 19 feet of, pipe and, some kind of, thing to induce vibration will 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 generate this frequency. Will generate this sound. And it's so low, it's imperceptible to the human ear, but you still register it as a sound. Your body still responds to it. And the reason why it responds on such an evolutionary level, on such an instinctual level, is because it's a similar sound to the base of a tiger growl. So back when we were primitive little primates falling out of trees and whatnot, this response to this sound is what kept us from being eaten. So we haven't evolved out of that yet. It's still there. And we may accidentally reproduce it in our own architecture. And in doing so, we create some very unusual phenomena. And like I said, there's still some stuff worth exploring there. I don't believe ghosts are people come back from the dead to, finish whatever or any of that nonsense. Feel free to disagree with me on that, by the way. I don't, make fun of people for their beliefs. I let you believe whatever you want to believe. Oh, no. How bad is it? Ah, crap. I had a feeling. Link, you need to look in the right damn direction, okay? Damn it. I knew it was gonna do that. As soon as I turned is when I was gonna shoot. Come on. Fire. God, I keep running out of weaponry. Well, at least we didn't have to fight him like 8 or 9 times before we finally beat him. We're getting better. We're still not great, but we're getting better. A Royal Claymore. Gonna need a picture of that one. That's for sure. I'm pretty sure I have the ancient battle axe too. But that puts us at what? 51? Okay. We can get rid of that. Because I'm pretty sure that was for that one. Before we go up, let's go around and see if we can't grab that. Hopefully they don't make us work too hard for it. Though, it would be nice to be able to see it. Y'all see anything? I don't see anything. We're gonna have to mask up and see if we are at least getting the mask excited. Because if... Yep, yeah, he's excited. There's something around here. We need more stamina. Like, that's just a fact of life. We need more stamina. Okay. Don't you dare. Rock salt. That's it. Seriously, get back here. God. We're gonna have to teleport all the way back up there. made us run all the way down the mountain. I feel like this is gonna be another one of them stupid, it's a rock someplace obvious, and I'm just not seeing it kind of things. Like at the top of this hill, there'll be a rock. Or something dumb. Alright, well, I feel better because it's not a rock at the top of the hill. I still can't figure out where the heck it is, though. Okay, first of all, if I can't run, neither should they. I mean, that just seems like a no-brainer. Okay, this is too far away for it to be that. This block of ice over here. But I am curious about this block of ice over here. Alright. You wanna start? You wanna start something? Huh? Let's start something. How much progress have we made? Not much. Not much. I mean, it is starting to thin out a little bit in this area, but we still have a lot to go. It's gonna be a lizard dude. Huh. Okay. Well, that didn't do us much good, did it? Alright, so I think we're going to have to move on from that one. Because, no idea where it is. None. I'm not seeing it. The mask is reacting to it, so we do know there's one there. I just, for the life of me, can't figure out how to find it. You know, Link, you could climb. Just throwing that out there. It's a moose. Okay. Hey, look, it's a rock. I don't know why the other one couldn't be that easy. And that is a star fragment. Let's see if we can get to it before it disappears, huh? You know what? We might have... better luck if we travel from here. It should still be there. Look at that. Okay. We need a lot of star fragments, by the way. Like, a lot of star fragments. So many star fragments, it's ridiculous, because all of the amiibo gear we've got, all of the Link all outfits from previous games, the legendary green Link outfit, they all require star fragments to upgrade. And I don't believe that's a thing that gets better as they level. So let's take a look here. Wind set. This is just for the tunic, cap, and trousers of the wind. Level 1, 1 star fragment, 3 opal. 1 star fragment, 3 opal. 1 star fragment, 3 opal. So, to upgrade the whole set once, we need 3 star fragments. Level 2, 2 star fragments, 5 opal for each piece. So that's 6 star fragments, 15 opal. Level 3, 3 star fragments, 10 opal. And level 4, 4 star fragments and 20 opal per piece. So that is 12 star fragments. And that's just for the wind set. The hero set, same thing. Each level requires that many more star fragments. Same with the time set. Same with the twilight set. Oh, no, my mistake. The twilight set cuts us a little bit of slack. We only need 1 star fragment for each level, and it's only the topaz required that increases. But that's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 star fragments total for the twilight set. The wild set, which I don't think I've seen. Pretty sure you get that at the end. But even that one requires 1, 2, 3 star fragments. Sky set's another one of those. That's 1, 2, 3, 6, 10. So 30 star fragments. The Fierce Deity set doesn't require any star fragments, surprisingly. It just needs a lot of dragon parts, a lot of Lionel parts, and a lot of Hinox parts. A lot of them. Like, so many of them. The topaz earrings will require a star fragment at level 3 and 4. The diamond circlet requires a star fragment at 3 and 4. The ruby circlet, 3 and 4, require a star fragment. Sapphire circlet at 3 and 4 also require a star fragment. Sheik's mask requires a star fragment at level 1, 2 at level 2, 3 at level 3, and 4 at level 4. So that's another 10 star fragments just for Sheik's mask. So yeah, we're going to need a lot of star fragments. We're going to need so many star fragments. There will be weeks of just camping out and staring at the sky, hoping for stuff to fall out of it. I mean, unless I can find some kind of glitch that allows me to dupe star fragments. But that's the sort of thing we do after we beat the game. That's not a thing we're doing. Until then. Why? Why aren't we duping? Because again, like, I'm not playing this to break the game. I'm playing this to play the game. To enjoy the game. Because I enjoy Legend of Zelda games. Now, am I using a couple of exploits? Sure. Things like the treasure chest game, the amiibo scan reset exploit. I am definitely guilty of exploiting those, but oh, come on then, hit him, jeez. Is it really that hard? I have too many of those. I mean, I probably have too many blizzard rods now, but meh. I don't feel like that's a thing you can really overdo. Is the elemental rods. Alright. Okay, so we have another shrine up here, and there is a leaf up here. Okay, I see the shrine. I see a house. Stealing all your wood, sir. Where is... Aha! There he is. I was gonna say, I know there's a little leafy dude around here somewhere. Yep, bye-bye. Okay. I feel like whatever is going on inside the house there might be worth it to have a close-by travel point. Okay, this is gonna be a lot of fans. Red giveaway. We gotta get this into there somehow. Okay. I expected that. It sure is. Anybody see where it went? Did I just blast it out of existence? I may have just blasted it out of existence. Okay. Yeah, no, I blew it up. It's it don't exist no more. It's gone bye-bye. Interesting. Not exactly what I was hoping to accomplish, though. You know? Oh, wait. There it is. Okay. That's going to be a problem for me. That's going to be a problem for me. We need that to come down. Alright, this is like, when your ball gets stuck on the neighbor's roof and you gotta wait for them to come home and get you know, to ask them for it back. Now, I have honestly no idea if what I'm about to attempt here is even kind of right. It probably isn't. Interesting. I don't know what the point of that was, though, with the block coming out of the wall. That doesn't seem to do anything for me. As far as I can tell, anyway, I mean, it adds another platform, but not one that seems like it would be one that I'd need. Certainly not where I would need it. Yeah, no, I can't move that any further. That's as far as that goes. However, that's an option. But yeah, I don't know what the being able to pull the thing out was supposed to do. Unless we're supposed to get underneath it. I don't know. I don't know. We got enough for another piece of stamina wheel, though. That's pretty important. So let's see what's going on with Selmy.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm.
We'll come back to you in a minute. Okay. Sure, whatever.
Oh?
I suppose we should figure out what the heck you're wanting me to do here.
Ah!
Helps to actually have a shield, huh? No, we gotta jump first. There you go, Link. No idea where we're going or how far we're supposed to go. They just said something about a bridge.
Oi!
Ah, looks like we're there.
Hmm?
Sure, let's lie about that.
Oh! Yay!
We cut some time off. That was pretty decent, I think.
Oh? Hmm?
Alright, so sell me spot. Pretty sure we got the seed there. Yep. We also got the shrine there. Good for shield surfing. If we want to do some shield surfing. We want to get over here and get that shrine while we're at it. And we might be able to get some interesting shields out of the whole deal. Okay, I am still going the right way. That's always a concern. Mostly because I am terrible at directions. But I can read a map. See ya. I probably need key swings for something. There it is. I see leaves, I see fire. Power of reach. Okay. Well, we can't climb the vines, it would appear. That one is magnetic, though. We have not encountered the drill shaft previously. Let's see. Not at all what I was trying to do. Yeah, that's better. I don't have Blizzrod on the compendium. As many of them as I've been carrying. Okay. I don't know, I guess we just start setting things on fire, see what happens. Gotta say, Drill Shaft versus Guardian. Never would have expected that to be the effective weapon that it is. Fire! Sorry, but if they're gonna give me stuff to burn, I'm gonna burn it. That's just, you know, fact of life. Alright, I think we got everything in here. You call it resourcefulness, I call it setting things on fire. Tomato, tomato. Okay. Now we have a few leafy things we can look for out here. Or we can grab another shrine. Like, there are just so many Korok seeds to find out here. I want to have travel points so that I can just travel to the shrine closest to it, try and find it. When I fail to find it, travel back to the shrine. Or if I succeed, travel back to the shrine to save myself the headache of having to walk all the way back to the shrine. Okay, I see. I also see an icy block there. Have we melted that icy block? I think we did. Alright. At the very bottom of this run, we have a shrine here. We have a shrine here. So... seriously? Loose. Okay, it's another one of those. So, let's see, at the top of this, we should find a snowball. Here we go. Seriously, come on now. Okay. See if that does it. Nope. Same problem as before. Could you just let me throw the damn thing? I feel like this is still the problem right here. That doesn't feel right, though. Maybe? I mean, probably not, but eh. Huh? Ah, lame. So lame. Oh, sure. Now it stops snowing. Oh, alright. Okay. Damn it. Why couldn't you get just a little bit bigger? Is there a way to save it by any chance? Fine, get out of the hole then. Anything to get you to stop clinging to the damn wall, dude. You're telling me you can lift a giant steel door, you can't lift this thing. out of the water. Get up there. I don't know if this will do anything, but no. No, that did not do anything. I mean, it didn't not work. It just didn't work the way I hoped it would. And now we're out of tries, I think, because I don't think we have any more snowballs. Unless they've respawned. Let's see. I don't think they do, though. No, no. It's a situation where we gotta leave and come back. Ah, tragedy. Not really sure how far we have to run away in order for them to respawn, or if it's one of those things where we have to cause a load screen to make them respawn. I mean, I'm sure if we caused a load screen, that would make them respawn. But I can only hope we can enter the shrine over here to do that. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that's not the direction I'm headed. I mean, 90%. 73%. Oh, God. You know, I should probably be carrying something a little more deadly. You never know when something's gonna try to kill us. It happens a lot. Okay, we want to go... Okay. Yeah, that's alive. We don't want to mess around with that. Not out here. Oh. It seems we're not gonna have much choice in that matter. Oh, wait. We found it. Okay, I think this might be the last thing we do on this stream for today. There will probably be plenty of streaming this weekend as we try to accomplish quite a bit more things. Yeah, this is the last one we're doing for today. I'm already annoyed. Yeah, now I'm really annoyed. Now I'm really annoyed. Why do they keep giving us major trials? Why? Why? What did I do to you? Huh? Okay. Except I don't have shock weapons. I have elemental weapons. I don't have shock weapons. I have shock arrows, and that is it. We don't even have the benefit of water this time. pretty sure I have this one. Yes. Just shoot already. Jeez. Oh, let's see. We got some pretty useless stuff here. I'm pretty sure we can get rid of it. That's not going to do us much good. There we go. Now the idea with these is you're supposed to be able to pull them up and give yourself a barrier between the Guardian and yourself, or you can drop shock weapons on it to help disable it. But the only thing I had was arrows. I wasn't gonna drop those on it. That wasn't gonna do much. Alright, we want to try to get that one over there. We'll come back for that one there. Make sure I'm not missing any. I know we're gonna have to come back and get all these scattered Korok seeds, but we now have little waypoints that we can get to them, so that should make it easier. I still wish we could have gotten that one, but we can settle for that one. And that one. And that should, oh, that one too. And then the rest of these seeds should be pretty easy to clean up. I don't know if we'll get all of them. We're going to try for all of them. But, you know, We still have a few over here we weren't able to quite get as far as the seeds go. But we got the shrines. We got the shrines. But I want to finish up this area. And then we may move on to this area. Come back and do this area. Then tackle these. Tackle all of these. See what we're missing out here in the desert. Grab the ones here in Central. You know, we're breaking it up into different regions. And we're making some real good progress that way. At some point here, though, we are going to want to do the Divine Beasts. That's the word I'm looking for. I mean, we can't put them off forever. I don't know that we're going to want to do the Master Trial first and see if we can't get the Master Sword powered up first. Might be worth trying. You know, might be worth our effort to get a fully charged Master Sword for going in and taking on those Divine Beasts, because then we'll have a real powerful weapon during the boss fights. But I do not know if we're actually going to be able to successfully complete the Master Trial. I have not successfully done the Master Trial. Even in my other playthrough where I've got the game fully beaten, except for that. Like, that's the only thing I haven't done. That and collect all these little seeds. So, you know, there is more to do. I don't know how much more we're going to accomplish before I decide to get bored and take on the Divine Beasts. I kind of wanted to... I kind of wanted to tackle the Divine Beasts with a fully charged Master Sword. So we may attempt it, but if we can't do it, if it just proves to be too hard, we may just say, heck with it, and tackle the Divine Beasts without the fully charged Master Sword, which is no big deal. It's, you know, I've done that before. That's how I did it last time, because I didn't complete the trial. Yeah, run away. Dang wolves are cocky until you kill one of them. I mean, you know, it's not too speckled with Korok seeds over here. I mean, it looks like we've made some progress. I mean, it still looks like we have quite a ways to go, but it looks like we've made some progress. Real quick, though. See if there are any new upgrades we can make, because we have killed a lot of things and picked up a lot of parts. I don't know if any of it's useful. Some of it could be, who knows. I forgot who we're supposed to give that picture to. But we got a real good picture of him. The Bloopy. Oh, I suppose. This would be a good time to show you the exploit. Okay. So, let's say you want to have more fairies than what you're currently carrying. Obviously, sneaking suit so you can sneak up on the fairies. Then what you need to do is hold all but 2 of what's in your inventory and approach the fairy fountain. And you'll see fairies have respawned. So you put away the fairies you have. And you very carefully sneak up on and collect all of these. Now, I've been told the maximum that you can possibly carry, even doing this, is 11. Though theoretically 15 is possible if you're holding 5. You have to be able to drop them and pick them up though somehow. I don't understand how that's even possible because like you would have to go to a fairy fountain with 7, be holding 5, pick up the 4 there to get to 11, and then what, you travel to another shrine hold 5, collect the 4, travel back to the previous one and pick up the ones you dropped? I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't seem to me like you can get more than 11. Like, it's just... I've never seen anyone do it. And even getting 11 is kind of a pain in the butt. Because right now, I would have to let go of 3, hold 5 of them, while approaching another fairy fountain, a different one from the one I just collected these 4 from. Once the 4 spawn at the new fairy fountain, put the 5 I'm holding away so I'm up to 7, and then collect all 4 of those, and that would bring me up to 11. But I'd have to collect all 4 of them without scaring any of them. Any of them at all. Honestly, I'm good at 10. I am. I'm good at 10. 10 is fine. In fact, anything over 4 is usually pretty decent. Okay, so. Okay, we got enough chew that we can upgrade our Vo outfit to 1 star for each of those. Let's do that. I just got a notification that my order from Bazaar Magic has shipped. I don't know if y'all watch Modern Rogue or Scam Nation. If you don't, you're missing out. Or it used to be Scam School, now it's Scam Nation. Definitely worth your time. So, anyway, scamstuff.com is it's an actual legit website. It's run by the folks at Modern Rogue HQ. And they sell some very interesting stuff. I need more Keys eyeballs. 2 of them, in fact. But, a new item went on sale recently. The Modern Rogue Blaster. Is basically a ring slingshot. Shoots little ball bearings. Not a toy. They really have to specify that it's not a toy. Like, a lot. Because it looks like, you know, looks like a fancy slingshot. And it is. But it's pretty powerful. It's supposed to be, anyway. Ooh. See, that's tempting. That's tempting right there. But we're going to hold on to our star fragments for now. Because, you know, we really should. Well, anyway, I bought one of these because I'm a huge fan of all things from Modern Rogue HQ. When they've invented something interesting, I like to be on top of that stuff. I've tested out quite a few of the products they've released, and I've been satisfied with it. Oh, I need some more Bokoblin guts, but yeah, let's do that one. So anyway, if you're into crazy things like that, check out scamstuff.com. You could probably still get it in time for Christmas. I know mine should be here before Christmas. Ooh, you know, I kinda... Doesn't need any star fragments. Yeah, we'll upgrade that. I'm still trying to think of something real good to get my kid, though. Like, I've picked up a few things, but I'm still hoping in the next couple of days here I can find and get in time for, if not Christmas, his birthday, which is right after Christmas. Something that really just stands out. You know, something special. We'll see, though. We'll see. I have been working on a couple of interesting ideas for things, because one of the things I want to be able to do, because we have two Nintendo Switches. He's got one. I've got the main one, and he's got a Switch Lite, so that he can play his little SpongeBob games and whatnot. I'm trying to purchase additional copies of the multiplayer games, so that we can play together. But I'm trying to catch a lot of those when they go on sale, because, yeah. We need a lot of Bokoblin guts. Because a lot of the games that he plays, they're still $60 games. And, you know, looking at that, having to pay an additional $60 just to be able to play multiplayer with his old man. You know, it's like, like, we can get them on sale, for sure, but I really don't feel like paying $60. Not for a SpongeBob game, you know? I mean, it's Nick cartoons, like the Grand Prix racing games, which Another thing I'm not super thrilled about because it's racing, but it's what he's into. I want to be able to play games he's into, and he really enjoys the racing games. I'm not sure where he gets that from because it's certainly not me. I don't do a lot of racing games. I'll play them with him, though. I'll play them with him. We haven't done this puzzle yet? How have we not done this puzzle yet? Probably because we never come over here. We did it! Of course I had to be standing on top of it when I found it. Alright, folks. That's it for today's stream. I hope you had fun watching. Hope the news of me disassembling my calendar and schedule hasn't been horrifying to the few of you that occasionally tune into things. And those of you who came looking for a code session this morning, my apologies. We will be getting back to that, though, because we're still going to finish that. That's still a thing. It's just today, I'm thinking about what I'm doing as far as, like, you know... Well, one, wrapping up this game. And we're still a ways away from being able to call this one done, because, like I said, this would be a 100% completion attempt. I don't know if we're actually going to succeed, but we're at least going to attempt it. The gear upgrades are going to take place off-stream because you don't want to watch me grind all of that. You don't want to watch me farm all of that material. Trust me, not going to be fun. Not going to be fun to watch me farm all that up. I'll try to refrain from completing any quests, though, completing any shrines, and getting any Korok seeds off of stream. I want you to see how those puzzles and things are solved. But from here on out, it's basically just shrines, Korok seeds, divine beasts, kill Ganon. I mean, we've got to fight the Yiga, we've got to find the Royal Guard gear, and then there's a bunch of side quests for us to do. But like none of the quests themselves are really that difficult. As we make progress with the shrines and stuff, we'll probably start working on completing those memories. Get that all taken care of. I already saved, didn't I? Yes, I did. Alright. But, keep checking back on the stream to see what updates are going on with the calendar. And, what I plan to do in with the various things there, and any new stuff that I might try to bring. This has been Murph Plays. I've been Murph. We've been playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Nintendo Switch. Feel free to follow me. I do follow back, so if you want to raise your follower count by 1, that's an easy way to do it. Join the Discord server if you want to talk to me directly at any time. And I do have a blog where I write random stuff. Feel free to check that out. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.